Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, and Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Oh, I went to Regine by accident.
Whoa,
Today's episode of The Sit Down. Jeez, it's been an episode of technical difficulties. But good morning, everybody. Everybody got a split second of Regine. Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 174 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And I'm just going to bring Regine right in right now. I'm here with the greatest co-host in the galaxy, the one, the only.
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, everyone. Don't worry, Scott. It's not April Fool's. I just don't know what's going on your
Maybe
end.
that's what happened. Maybe some April Fool's residual stuff. Yeah, sorry, we're starting a couple minutes late, everybody, because right off the top, my camera wasn't working, so I had to restart, which was annoying. And then there was a thing with the streaming software, and I had to go fix something because I forgot to do something else. So that's kind of my fault. And it's just one of those mornings. But hello,
Okay.
yes. But hello to you all. Welcome to episode 174. And it's been quite an eventful week here in Canada, as well as in the entertainment world. So obviously, big news in Canada. Team Canada, everybody, is in the World Cup
Yay!
for the first time since 1986. 1986. They defeated Team Jamaica in a thrilling victory at BMO Field, and now they're in the World Cup for the first time in 36 years, and we're in Group F, which is against Belgium, Croatia, and Morocco.
Ooh.
And our first World Cup match in 36 years will be against Belgium.
Wow. It's interesting because we talked about it last week and how hyped up you were, and here we are. I wasn't even alive yet when they were in the playoffs.
Not saying a lot of people weren't, right? It's like it's.
Were you?
This is for many. We'll say I was completely unconscious. Yes. And it's like it was so. It's a big deal. I know a lot of people are excited about it. I mean, I'm excited about it too. I don't know how they're going to do. I was reading some reactions online to getting into Group F, and people are saying that Belgium is really, really good. So they don't think we can beat Belgium, but I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Oh.
Hey,
Big Red Gaming.
Big Red Gaming just donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Big Red Gaming, you legend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Everybody, make sure you're subscribed to Big Red Gaming, big friend of the channel. And thank you for the $4.99.
Yes, thank you. And you know who else is a big legend? Our guest.
Yeah, let's bring in our guest today, everybody. Everybody, if you haven't yet, please hit the like button, by the way. Boop. There you go. Boop the like button, people. Boop. Yeah. Our guest today, people, is a very talented singer, songwriter. She's also a photographer. And she recently saw Star Wars, for the first time, not that long ago, which is now part of her bio. Can you believe it? Everybody, please welcome to The Sit Down, Alona Fiandaca. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you
We
for
are good.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. And how are you? How are you?
I'm good. I don't know. I can't complain. Things are good. Things are busy, but tiringly good.
That's
Excellent.
good to hear.
So
Tiringly good. I like that. Sorry.
Yeah, it means that you're exhausted, but you're doing stuff that you like doing, so it's like good.
It's a good exhausted. Yes.
I love that
What is
feeling.
sorry, what is keeping you exhausted these days?
Just waiting for summer and this weather. It's April. I need sun. The winter's keeping me down in exhaustion. There's a lot of stuff going on career-wise, and it's a lot to take in sometimes, and it's good though.
So you're a photographer. I know you're here as a singer-songwriter, but you are a photographer. And I was going through your Instagram yesterday because that's what I do. I snoop our guests before they come on. And your work is amazing. So how did you go from being a singer-songwriter to switching over to photography as well?
It's a little bit of both. Like the dream is to be a singer, and photography is like also equally a dream, I guess. It started more as a hobby. I got my first camera when I was around 16. And since then, I decided I'm going to study this for the rest of my life if singing doesn't happen. And it gives me, like, taking photographs of people gives me the same amount of joy as singing, because you bring something to the audience you're with regardless. And just to share that in photos is so different than vocally. And it's just so fun. And also in my studio work, it's kind of fun to tell people stand like this, sit there. So it's kind of fun.
So are you the person behind the album art for your music then?
Typically, yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. Because I was gonna comment on that. The imagery for your music that I've seen is quite striking and cool, and I was gonna ask where it came from. So
yeah, I either take photos of it or I draw it myself.
Wow.
very cool. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So I guess right off the bat we should talk about, just to let people know, you're performing today. You have a show today?
I do. I have a show somewhere in Toronto. I can't remember the exact location at the top of my head, which isn't good, but I'll remember it later on. But yeah, I haven't performed with these guys. It's a talent company, and their main goal is to scout out young artists to promote them and help them get comfortable on stage and get over stage fright and just know how to be with an audience. And I worked with them about 2 years ago, and then COVID happened, so the 2020 show got postponed to 2022. And yeah, the past couple weeks has just been rehearsals, and they're great. Their company's called Talent Nation. So if anyone is like looking out to become a singer in any way and work with it, definitely go to them. They're great. And I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I have a few people coming, and there's 14 other singers as well. So it's very nerve-wracking, but it's very exciting. I still don't know exactly what I'm wearing, which also isn't okay, but it's fine.
I think, isn't Emerald B part of that? She was mentioning it last weekend.
Yeah, I saw her on your segment, actually. I think, I don't know if she's going to be part of my group performance, but I hope so. Very talented.
She is.
Nice. Well, there you go. And yeah, you still got time to figure out, what your wardrobe and all that
Exactly.
stuff.
I feel like your best outfits come from being under pressure. At least I think. Like when you're, I feel like if I already know, like say like a week in advance, okay, this is what I'm going to wear, I end up changing my mind as the day goes on. So I feel like you'll pick your best outfit 10 minutes before you have to leave, which is literally after the show.
I always get worried, like I would think it's my best outfit, and then like I look back at the photos and videos taken, and like this was not the best outfit. So it's really trial and error, but
Well, it could be, maybe there's something, because one thing you just said, Regine, about how like if it's under pressure, that makes sense. A lot of artistic expression is like that too, right? Like there's a lot of art when you put a little bit of pressure on, either has to be done or there's a lot of, I got to work on it really, really hard to get it ready in time. A lot of good art comes out that way. And I think your wardrobe choice is kind of also a form of artistic expression. So maybe you'll be inspired by the moment.
So it looks like, Alona, it looks like you're going to be at Revival event venue tonight.
Oh, Revival. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Question, is Revival where Lee's Palace used to be? Or is Lee's Palace still
No.
there?
Lee's Palace is at Bloor and Bathurst. It's on Bloor.
It's just, I think that's just east of there, probably.
It wasn't. I
Okay.
thought is Revival on Bloor? I thought Revival's on. Oh, Revival's
On
on College Street.
College.
There you go. Thank you, Pat Gallo. You're at Revival Event Venue at 783 College Street,
Beautiful.
There you go.
I won't get lost now.
and we will be there.
Oh,
So excited.
who's Pat? You just wanted to get
Pat
lost.
and so the Gallos are actually my cousins. Very
Nice.
supportive. So hello to you guys. I know a few more people in here. Calm Nights, he's a friend of mine from where I used to work. I think those are the
Cool.
only names I recognize. Oh yeah,
Cool.
Sayed, a friend of mine as well. Sally's a friend. Yeah, hello guys.
Sweet.
There's a lot of questions coming through for you, actually. So maybe we should ask you some questions if you're okay with that.
Let's do
that's
it.
a good
I'm
idea.
down.
All right,
Okay,
Scott.
let's ask. There's a question here from. It was a little bit earlier here. Oh, Marcelo Gallo asks, "What is your greatest inspiration to make yourself inspired?" So, what do you find inspires you? I guess to maybe write songs or anything.
Well, whenever I write songs, growing up writing songs, I always wrote them based on personal experiences. And they used to be like much more mellow and darkish. But now that I'm older, I find I'm writing a lot more music that is very fictional. So, for example, my song Voicemail, I sent it out as like a little hear it before it releases sort of thing to some friends. And a lot of my friends said, "Who hurt you?" And I said, "No one. This is just made up." So a lot of my music now is just kind of like, I don't know, based on nothing. But I guess what inspires me is like usually it's personal events that happen. And if not, it's just I'll have a random thought like coffee and I'll write that in my notes and like try to intertwine that somewhere.
Nice.
Cool. And we'll be listening to some of those songs a little bit later, or maybe just in a few minutes even. Do you find that when so what you choose to write about, it can come from, I guess, like you said, wherever. It could be just a cool thing you made up or whatever. But what about the feeling of the song itself, like the music that you choose? Like, do you, like, so for example, for a song like Voicemail, was it, so you had the idea of what you wanted to write about, and did you already know kind of the tone of what the song would be, or did that come at the same time, or where did the feeling of the actual music come from?
I don't know. I really can't explain how my feelings work in my songwriting. It just really comes to me. A lot of time I'll have a melody in mind and then I'll sit for hours at my keyboard and just play a bunch of different ways. And then I'm like, it just won't feel right. But I always try to like, Adele has been a huge inspiration for me, like growing up. So I'm always like, how would Adele do this, but like not Adele at the same time? So I always like try to aim for whatever I feel from like her music, or I don't know, some songs by Shawn Mendes, I guess. I would just like, however they would make me feel is like I would want to make someone else feel in a way, like just to connect. So if I feel myself connect with the song I've written, or like the music just like hits you in a way like, ooh, that just like, there are no words, it's just the instrumental that makes you feel something. I want to allow my audience to feel that as well.
Cool.
Nice.
So this is kind of related to what you were just saying, because Sally is asking, what's the process you usually go through when writing songs? So I guess you're kind of describing it, if you want to expand on it a little bit more.
The process, if we want to do chronologically, I write things down, I delete it, I write things down, I delete it, I smack some keys on a keyboard, and just it's a lot of recordings. Like if I open my phone right now into the voice memos, it'd be all these recordings of everything. But a lot of the time I think of a rhyme or a line and I write it down, and then I just try my best to create a story from it. So like Voicemail, I had no idea it was going to be the way it is now, because I had originally wrote it in 2018, which hopefully no one can find anymore. And it's just so different, the original version, to the one I had released. Because like I didn't imagine that story to come. Like I think I wrote the first line and then I just said, okay, what would happen after this? And it's just like, think of it like writing a short story for an English class. You just see what comes to you, and then if it makes sense, and if it doesn't, you just erase it. Yeah, so I guess that's the process.
Do the lyrics always come first then, pretty much?
Typically yes, but the second a lyric comes, I try to get a melody to match with it. And if I don't, I will delete the lyric and get new lyrics that match with the melody I have.
I see. So that means that probably even kind of related to what I asked you earlier about the music part, or where it comes from. It could be that the feeling of the music comes out of what the lyric is saying, so it kind of matches in that way.
Yes,
I guess.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
There you go. We've been talking a lot about voicemail. Maybe we should give it a listen
Sure.
so people can hear
I
it.
want to know who hurt you. Let's hear it.
All right, everybody, check out and enjoy Voicemail by Alona Fiandaca.
I called you more than twice, but you did not answer the phone. I continue to play nice while you leave me alone. Where were you when you were not home? Where were you when I needed you most? It's unfortunate for me to say that you've gone MIA when you left me on red. Your trust wasn't enough, so I'm just giving up, leaving you without a voicemail. Not a week goes by and I saw you standing there, flirting to a girl with gorgeous blonde hair. Don't say you just met when I can clearly see you're well past first base. There's a love story. It's unfortunate for me to say that I was right either way. I hope that you'd stay. Your trust wasn't enough and things got pretty rough, so I left you with no voicemail. No voicemail. You can call me back, but the line won't go through. I changed my number just for you. You can call me back, but the line won't go through. I had changed my number just for you.
And that incredible song was brought to you by the following. Actually, the whole show was, people. It was brought to you by the following amazing advertisers. They make the show possible, everybody. So let's find out who they are. Ladies and gentlemen, the Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor, and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email JMckenziehomes at gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and change watch batteries, all done on site. Jerry at Jewelry Forever is an absolute artist. He specializes in making custom works of art, shiny things to hang on your body. And we have an amazing deal worked out with them, don't we, Regine?
We do. If you go in and let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15% off, 15%. Walk in the store, mention the show, get a great deal. And also check them out on TikTok, because Jerry posts a lot of really interesting things about his work that he does, either stuff that he's making or jewelry that he's repairing. He's posts videos on there about like a ring that looks like it's never going to be fixed, and he brings it back looking beautiful and new. So check him out. Jewelry Forever. Find out more at jewelryforever.ca. And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you guys have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do this show live every week, people, which means things go wrong, like in the beginning of the show. Happens sometimes. But it also means that the ads are live, which means you can personalize the ads week to week. Do you have an event, a sale, something happening at a particular time in a particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to start a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Radio show ad, radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back, people. Hello, we are here with the very talented singer, songwriter, Alona Fiandaca, and we just listened to voicemail.
Mm-hmm. And off the top, when we were watching it, the first thing I could notice is the thumbnail, the artwork. Did you create that yourself, or was that one of my friends are going to shoot it for me type of moment?
I actually did that photo by myself. I was in my basement. I had black garbage bags as a backdrop because budgets. And
like it.
I pretty much just set my tripod and camera up. The annoying thing is, though, my camera didn't have like, you know, the little screen on the camera to like see your photos as you take it? That doesn't pop out. So I had to tape a mirror to my wall so I could see where I was standing. But yeah, so eventually I got the photo and I posted it to my account, and a lot of people said this looks like album cover art. So I spoke with the producer I was working with at the time, and he said, I asked, what do you think if we use this for the cover? He's like, that sounds like a great idea. So we edited in Photoshop a bit, and that was it. Like, just random things happen. Things you don't expect just happen.
I love a good self-take photo shoot.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah, my camera doesn't have, actually, well, I have a different one now, but my DSLR doesn't have the viewfinder. Using a mirror, that's a good idea. Because what I would do is I would jump in front of it and then like pose, and then I'd run, look at it, be like, oh, I'm on the wrong side, and then run around, pose again. Oh, I'm not.
There's a lot of laps. A lot of laps going on.
Yeah, it's good exercise, but
it is.
But this because Syed says, he asks, and since we just listened to the song, he goes, do you play any instruments yourself, and are you playing any instruments in this particular song? So kind of two-part question there.
I do play instruments. I'm self-taught in piano, ukulele, and guitar. And in this song is just piano. And then my producers at the time I sent them the track, I sent them the piano, and I said, do your thing. And then they added a bunch of orchestral instruments and kicks and drums. I can't even say what they added. And then eventually they just sent it back. I said, let's take these drums out. Let's add this synth. And then it just went to that. But in the original song, it was just piano and my vocals on a really bad recording on my phone. And then it turned into that.
Wow.
Sounds awesome. And whoever that fictional character is.
Who hurt you?
Somebody hurt them. Yeah.
Not fun.
Somebody hurt them. But yeah, very nice. Very nice song. Rebecca asks, hello, Rebecca. Hey, Alona, when did you decide to make music, or when did you write your first song?
Ooh. Oh my. I have not spoken about my first song in a very long time. I think I wrote my first song as a joke in like grade 2, and I think I still remember it. It was called Butterfly, and I wrote it in the middle of class. I was really bored, and it was just like a 2-line thing. It was like, butterflies fly, they flap their wings. And that was the whole song. And I remember I showed my mom, and she was like, yeah, sweetie, that's great. That's a whole song. So eventually grade 6 is when I got a little more into it with practicing lyrics. That's when I wrote more songs that were like very sentimental to me. And then it wasn't until grade 9 where I got more serious into it. I had friends who actually played piano. I said, yo, can you help me write this song in piano? And they did. And then grade 12 is when I started releasing things. And then this past year during the pandemic is when I made a whole new fresh start with all my music.
Cool. So, hot new single Butterflies coming out, I guess, 2020.
Yes, I will rewrite that for everyone.
There you
So
go.
it's shorter than most songs, but it's fine.
You know, it's like a little jingle.
There you go.
Yep, that's what it's about. There's another question I was going to ask here. Where is it? Oh, Sally asks, what would be your dream stage to perform on?
Ooh. I can't think that far into the future. Right now, I guess. I don't know why. Massey Hall. It's not. I saw like a few artists perform there once, and it just looks so fun and blinding. But I guess that's like a good goal right now. It's local to me, which is nice. Scotiabank Arena would be great as well. I saw a few artists there. I met a few artists there as well, actually. And then like, I don't know, just go with the wind after that, I guess.
Nice. Massey Hall, very historic venue.
Very.
Yeah, specifically people watching outside of Toronto. It's a very old theater. I'm not even sure how old it is, but it's over a century, I think. It's old. And they've been doing a bunch of restorations to it. And it's one of those theaters, thankfully, that hasn't been renamed yet. They haven't called it like
Not yet.
the Shoppers Drug Mart Theater or something. You know what I mean?
That
No.
sounds, yeah.
So, nothing
Don't
against
give
Shoppers
them
Drug
ideas.
Mart, but yeah. Hi, I got a couple more questions, and an interesting one. Engima. It's a long. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but hello, welcome. Oh, and she says it's Bianca. Are we going to see you feature other artists' songs anytime soon, or any collabs with other artists?
I would love to collab with people. I'm not as much in the industry as I need to be to make collabs happen. But there are some like Toronto rappers I'm trying to get in touch with that are like very on the down low. I've got in touch with some of them. They just haven't heard back yet. But like in the future, if things do go well, I'd love to collab with Tate McRae. She's a Canadian. I love her. She's amazing. Khalid, he was great. He's great with duets. And I don't know. I'd love to collab with everyone, really. Like, who doesn't want to collab with everyone?
Nice.
But I guess those are like the first few people that come to mind.
So the answer is
Anyone.
Bianca. Yes. Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, we'll make it happen.
Yep.
Amazing.
Elle Rice asks, she goes, hey sis, one question I have is, what was it like performing in groups on stage for the first time? Oh, that's interesting.
Groups. I don't think I performed in groups.
Oh.
I think that I think the only group performance I did was for a school a cappella group. We were like,
Oh.
that's the only group thing I can think of. And it was really fun. It was very difficult though, because a cappella, everyone had to like know their own harmony layer. And I was given the alto, which is my vocal range, but this alto was not like alto to me, so I couldn't sing it. So let's just say we had to do a lot of takes because of that. So my bad.
What?
Yes.
Was it like Pitch Perfect? Because when I hear a cappella group, that's all I think about is Pitch Perfect.
We definitely aim for that. We're still aiming, but it's not too bad. Our group has grown. I think during that group performance, it was just 4 people. I think we have a lot more in the club now, which is nice. But the only other collaboration I've done group-wise was just behind the scene rehearsals, like everyone giving input to other people's things. So like yesterday's rehearsal for tonight's show, everyone just kind of like heard everyone sing, and just you get a vibe of every performer. But it's really nice. I do love it. I'd love to do more group work, actually.
That's awesome. I was gonna say, if you're looking for people, Scott is a great a cappella singer.
Perfect. We'll set it up.
I sing some a cappella sometimes.
You dabble.
Plug in your video.
All right, fine. Check out my We Don't Talk About Bruno a cappella version on my channel now,
I did
people.
see that. Okay.
Check it out.
Yes.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
was great.
L also asks, when you are a star, when or where, sorry, is the first place you would want to tour and why?
Ooh.
Canada. Strictly because I've always wanted to travel around Canada, just as a personal thing, and it's a landmark wise, it's a beautiful country and scenery. I'd really love to go to Europe and South Asia as well. That'd be really interesting. It's not places I imagine myself to go, and it'd be great to go as a dream come true. It'd be awesome.
Sweet. Have you managed? Is there anywhere else in Canada you've traveled already, or
No, just Ontario.
nice?
I feel
Well,
like
I have traveled to other places in Europe and in the States, but not for music, just for personal things. But it'd be great to go for music one day.
cool.
I'm really curious for both of you because you're both artists. How do you know, or how would you know you've made it as an artist? Like, what is that one thing that you're like, yes, I've accomplished this, I've made it?
You go, yeah.
Okay. For me, I'm having that sense right now, actually, just from this segment alone, because I never do this. It's like a very big first for me, so thank you. But another one, again, I feel like artists we've made it moments constantly, because like everything is a new achievement that like they dream of. So like for me, I'm currently working towards being on a TV segment on City News TV for something similar to this. They promote artists, and in that segment I would get the opportunity to professionally record with producers who's worked with like Mariah Carey. So when I got that call from the producer and the TV show for the news, I was like, what is my life? So that was like I didn't make a moment, but I'm getting there. So like, I think little things like that is enough for me to think that.
How about you,
Nice.
Scott?
Well, I agree with what Alona said in that, and I have heard that even from artists that are like super famous, in that it's the goalpost always moves, right? So even if you feel like, yep, I'm here, it's kind of like the next thing, you know? But I guess if I were to say, when would I be happy at the point that I think I've made it? I mean, I guess it would be when either my acting or film, or basically my art is, I guess, like, I guess it would be like when there's a sustainable income from like one of them. So it's like, okay, here's your money that you got for making your music, and it means like now that's all you have to do. You know, you don't have to do anything else.
Yes.
So I feel like at that point I would feel like which, you know, you can get to that point without becoming like super famous or whatever. So, but yeah, I guess it would just be if I could get to a point where all I had to do was create the art I want to create, and there was enough money doing that, then I think that's pretty good definition for me for having made it. Yeah.
That's a good answer. I do like that answer.
So
I was just
there
curious.
you go. Yeah. MSA says, now you should go to Mexico.
As an inside joke, MSA is a friend of mine from school. So just as an inside joke, I'm going to say I'm not going to go to Mexico.
Oh, jeez.
I would love to. I want to go there regardless. But definitely, I want to go everywhere. Everyone wants to go everywhere nowadays. So
World tour coming soon, people. Follow her on
Stay
social
tuned.
media. Stay tuned. So you saw Star Wars for the first time recently?
yeah, my youngest sister, both my sisters actually, one of them is in the chat actually. Both my sisters are Star Wars nerds. And I'm a Harry Potter nerd. So whenever they talk about Star Wars, I would just talk about Harry Potter because we know neither of us have seen either one. So, but my youngest sister sat me down for summer, and we had virtual movie night like once a week, and we'd watch all the Star Wars films. And then I'd made her do the same with Harry Potter, so it was like a win-win. But there were some scenes, I don't remember which movie, but one Star Wars movie where like, I don't know their names, but like the bad guy who, and like Rey, they like have a connection, and like they talk through minds. It was just, I don't know, but it was awesome.
Kylo Ren
Yes, him.
and Rey were a Force dyad.
They were amazing. I loved it. It was great.
Yeah. Did you watch them in order? Did you go like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or did you go 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, or how did you do it?
Oh my, I think we did it that way. I think we did it that way, but I don't think we watched like the very first ones where like, I don't know, I don't know. There was like the first 3 that people were like, don't watch the first 3. And
yeah, so basically what it is that 4, 5, and 6 came out first because that was the original trilogy, and like the first one came out in 1970 something. That was the original, but it's in the middle of the story. And then I think in the early 2000s they came out with the prequels, which was 1, 2, 3, and then most recently they've come out with the sequels 7, 8, 9. So
can I ask a question? Why do they do that? Like, why would you just randomly start? Like, was it always called 4, 5, 6 or whatever?
actually,
Or was it always?
well, so no. So the very original.
Okay.
So George Lucas wrote the original trilogy, and then while he was, in order for him to sort of make sense of the original trilogy, he had written some like sort of plot points that happened beforehand, so that way he knew what he was writing for the original. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like an outline, so that he can understand, like a backstory for like his current movie. And then when that came out in theaters, the original thing didn't say Episode 4; it just said Star Wars. But then I think after the first one was successful, somewhere along the line, and I think it was when he was planning to make the next 2 movies, he then decided that it was that's I think when he added Episode 4. So he did that on purpose to kind of say, yeah, we're in the middle of the story now. And then he intended to make the prequels later and stuff. So that's just how he did it. The middle of the story is there first, then he made the prequel. So anyway, sorry, Alona, so which ones did you watch first? The very beginning of the story, or were you in the middle of the story?
Here's
Who was the main
what we
character?
do. We'll ask her sister who's in the chat, which episodes did you watch first?
This sister is not the one who I watch movies with.
Oh,
the other one.
never mind.
Okay, so who was the main character in the first series you watched?
Luke. It's like the first series was like when Luke is like, I'm your father, and then it's like a really cringy scream as he hugs a pole. And
Okay, so you watched the original trilogy first, which is the way most people would recommend watching it.
Yes. I don't know. I know like a lot of franchises do that. Like it's like the middle, then like the beginning, then the end. I know like the Conjuring franchise. I love horror movies, so Conjuring and Annabelle, they all like intertwine in that similar way. So like The Nun is actually like the first movie chronologically, but like it's played like 8 movies after instead. So it's really interesting.
Yeah, I've watched none of those.
I recommend if you like paranormal horror.
I don't.
Oh.
I have not watched any of that. I watched apparently I've only watched one Star Wars. This is just a prop, guys. Okay, Baby Yoda is just here because he's
just
cute.
He's
It's not because no. We've had this whole like Christmas Star Wars episode on the sit down, and asked Scott and all of our viewers. I just sat there and
that's right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we had my bandmates on because we had all we all went and watched Episode 9 like the day before the show or something, and so the entire episode was just the 4 of us talking about that, and Regine just hardly had it.
I was like, pass the eggnog, let's do this.
Yeah. Okay, well, so I guess I should ask Alona though, what do you think of Star Wars now that you've watched it all?
I do love it. I do understand why people say you're missing out. I have no regrets of allowing my sister to make me watch all the movies.
Nice.
What did your sister think of Harry Potter?
She loved it as well. We both got each other hooked. I have like Harry Potter merch and stuff in my room as well. So no Star Wars yet. I will get a Yoda maybe one day.
You need one of these.
Yeah. Have you read all the Harry Potter books as well?
I've read the first 3, and I just stopped.
I've read the first book, and then I didn't read any more of them. But...
Same. I read the first book, and then the movies came out, and so then I was like, oh, I'll just watch the movies. And then I never watched any other. I watched the first one, and I was like, oh, what is the hype? I should watch it again and see how I feel about it.
Oh, wait. MSA says you didn't watch the prequels, though. That's no good. Wait, you didn't watch the prequels? I thought you did watch the prequel. Have you? Wait a minute. Wait, so how many Star Wars movies have you watched?
we watched all of them, but not the one where like we didn't watch the ones where Luke's dad was becoming bad. We didn't watch those ones.
Okay, so you haven't. So then you haven't seen all. Yeah. So you've seen episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9.
Yes, the 8 films. Yes.
No, 6 films. 6 films.
6. Sorry.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you haven't seen the prequel trilogy.
No, I have not.
It's okay. You've seen more than me. It's fine.
I think you should watch the prequels.
I
Even
wanted
though-
to, but my friends were like, "Don't. It's a waste."
I think it's here's actually what I will say.
Oh, here we go.
You need to watch them so you have the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
But they're weird movies, especially the second one, in that some of the dialogue in it is so weird. It's nobody talks like a human being in the whole movie.
You're really
It's
selling
bizarre.
it to us, God.
No, but it's still important to watch. But then I will say this: if you're gonna watch the prequels, you have to go watch Clone Wars, the animated series, because that gives you a lot of context in the prequels.
Interesting.
How
Wait.
invested are you? That is
Yeah, I
a
mean, it
real
depends.
question.
It depends how deep you want to go.
I'm not that invested. Won't lie.
And prequels and Clone Wars is a big investment. It's like I can't remember how many seasons it is, but it's like a lot of episodes.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
Maybe this summer when things aren't hectic.
Yeah.
Here you go. Focus on your music. Soon she's gonna have a Star Wars song out.
Star Wars inspired music. Yeah.
You can write a song about Kylo and Rey.
Who hurt you?
That's there you go. Bang. Exciting. Wait. Who said that? Wait. L says, sis, I need to get you to watch Lord of the Rings next. You haven't seen Lord of the Rings?
I haven't.
No, a lot of my friends are getting me to it. I tried watching it and it didn't hit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Well-
God, I love that you're on here because I have someone I can relate to. Sorry, Scott.
Well, I feel like for me, I mean, I was a huge Star Wars fan, especially as a kid. But now looking back, like I think I can say that Lord of the Rings is the best movie trilogy ever made. It's just the best.
Oh,
Just the best. But
I haven't seen any.
I had tears of joy at the end. Anyways, wow, incredible. Oh, you know what we should do? We should get back to your music and tell us a little bit about Boys Hurt Too.
Ooh. Okay, so I saw a few comments saying that some people like that, so thank you. Boys Hurt 2 was my latest release. And it's actually the first and probably only song I've ever fully produced on my own. Because I didn't really have a producer at the time, and I'm like, all right, we're just gonna fool around with my plugins and see what happens. I cannot tell you how that worked because I don't know how I produced it. It just happened. It's like I blacked out and it happens, and then I came back and it came out. But it is about I do have a lot of guy friends. I think I have more guy friends than I do girlfriends. But I remember I had this conversation with one of my guy friends, and he just like wasn't okay, and like he was having like a hard time, and he like called me crying, and like he just wasn't okay, and I'm like, what's like, you know, I'm here sort of thing. And then I realized, I think like the next night I was on social media about like all these posts saying like, do you guys even feel? Do you guys even care? And like from all like these girls, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like they're humans, so they're just guys are built different, I guess. And it's like it's not what everyone knows. Females and males act differently, but I just after that call with my friend and then seeing those posts online, I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So I decided to write a song about it. I'm like, guys hurt too. Don't live in your own little world. It's not you. It's don't judge a guy if he cries. Don't judge a guy if he has a breakdown. You know, just like let them be. They put up with our crying. Why can't we put up with theirs? You know? So
Exactly.
decided to write a
I
song
like
about
that.
the message was received really well across the platform so far. It's probably like one of the songs like I'm most proud of that I've released so far. It hit a lot of people in different ways, so I'm happy about it.
Nice. Well, everybody, let's give a listen to Boys Hurt 2.
What a wicked game that society plays us how to put our hair into tighter braids. But what about the guys? It's not just girls with hard lives. They put just as much effort to try. Don't be so self-centered, boys feel it too. Believe it or not, they got feelings just like you. Boys hurt too. It's not just you, not just you. Look into their eyes, you don't know the secrets that they hide. Who's to say they're not crying a river inside? Gotta be tough, and you gotta be bold. That's the way they grew up and what they were told. Don't be so self-centered, boys feel it too. Believe it or not, they got feelings just like you. Boys hurt too. It's not just you, not just you. Boys hurt too. You, not just you.
And that was Boys Hurt Too by Alona Fiandaca. Yeah, I like the message.
Thank you.
Maybe it's because like I'm a boy. And I just-
It's definitely. I definitely wrote it for a lot of guys. Definitely.
it's what I like about it. I think Regine, are you muted? I don't hear you. Yeah, I don't hear you anymore. Try to. Okay, come back out. Leave and come back. Yeah. Yeah. The thing that I think I like about it is, well, one, it's a nice song, but I think what often happens is, you know, we're going through a time right now, and I think it's a good thing in general where there's a recognition of say, I guess people, groups of people who've been either oppressed or like ignored, or issues that have been pushed to the side, and there's this importance to recognize those things, right, and uplift those people, and I think that's a good thing. But I think what often happens is one group kind of gets pushed down when you're lifting up another, and I just for me, it's always about, we're all human beings, right? And I think the whole overall message is recognizing that we're all going through things, and I just liked how your song, kind of observed that,
Thank you.
It's cool. And it's interesting how you're telling me how you came about it, or you kind of saw almost those two things happening right at once. You had a friend who was going through it and going through a hard time, and on this, almost immediately after that, you saw this almost this total opposite thing happening online, so it's interesting.
Thank you.
Well, can you hear me now?
I hear you, Regine.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. I was gonna say boys do cry. I've seen it, and I think it's great that you created that song because recently, actually, I've been seeing posts online where it's like, yes, boys do cry. Boys do have self-esteem issues. Boys do, or men do have body insecurities. And I think I kind of heard it from Scott earlier when I jumped back on. I feel like society does play so much onto girls are this, boys are that.
Mhm.
And I think now we're in a place where like, no, but boys are, or men are also like X, Y, and Z. There shouldn't be a label on like girls are, crybabies are girls and boys are not.
Mhm.
Because let's be real, Scott, you cry, right?
No,
Liar.
don't even know what that looks like. Don't know. No, I find, well, like I already said, how I was just tears were falling down in Lord of the Rings. Those were joyful tears, though. I just didn't want it to end. But no, it's good. You know, we're all everybody's going through it. Everybody has their own pressures. MSA says a lot of guys are incredibly emotional, but a lot of times we bottle up emotions. So it's really nice you made that. That's a good point, because guys, generally speaking, yeah, we whether it's society that's telling us to, or there's this kind of this perception that guys don't have. Like, I guess that's what your song is about, right?
Mhm.
So I like it. Good job.
Thank you.
Is it like a play off of like the girls don't cry?
I never thought about that, actually. I don't know. I never really liked that song. Just like because of that one line, "Big girls don't cry." My mom never liked that. A lot of the women I know don't like that single line. It was like, honestly, as I grow up, I keep crying more. So if anything, big girls do cry.
I'm always crying.
Exactly.
My family has specifically said, Regine, you cry about everything. I'm like, yeah, it's true. I do cry about everything.
Yes.
Why is it cold outside?
Pretty much, yeah. But I'm very happy with that song, and I want to produce more. I have a lot of songs I have in my notes that need to be recorded. And I want to give a shout out to my sis, Elle, who's in the chat. She actually is one of the people I go to say, like, girl, I need your help. Like, does this sound good? Does this sound like the right key? And like, she just, like, you know, so shout out to you. Thank you. Yeah, but I have a lot more stuff I want to work on. I have a lot in drafts, but I don't have production yet. So hopefully soon.
I love that.
Nice. Actually, I did want to. So you said this is the first song that you've produced on your own. What are some things you learned about the process that maybe you weren't aware of before?
If anything, it's what I learned after I produced it, because I tried producing another song I have in my drafts, and I really just questioned how I did it the first time, because the first time it just happened like naturally, I guess, and then I tried to like re-embody that, and it just didn't happen. And I'm like, last time I used these drums, it worked though, and I'm just like. I don't know. I guess in the moment, I just I knew the vibe I wanted to do. I knew I wanted it to be catchy, and the do 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 that's been in my head for like a week, and I'm just like do 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 on my keyboard, and then I put it in. I just wrapped everything around that those 4 notes, and it was really fun, and I think it's catchy. Now it's in my head, but yeah.
That's a good that's a good barometer. If the thing is stuck in your head, you're like, yeah, this probably works as a song. If it's catchy.
Yeah, I just work around it.
That's awesome. So earlier you mentioned Adele and Shawn Mendes. What or who are your musical influences?
Right now, Billie Eilish is a huge one, just because she's actually a day older than me, which for some reason blows my mind. I don't know why. But just it's so nice to see someone like my exact age to like achieve, like she just won an Oscar, like her first Oscar. But it's nice to see someone literally my age and achieving dreams that right now for me are still dreams. And it's like it's so cliche, but like if you can do it, I can do it, sort of thing, you know. But that's what it is. So she's a huge one right now, especially because of her vibe. Like her EP was very like badass. Her second one was very creepy, and now like her third album is like more mellow. So like she has all these ranges of music that is just like you never know what's gonna happen. I look up to that. Like the music I'm writing like today is very different from what we just heard, and I'm very excited. So she's a big one. Adele's great because oh my gosh, she's just nuts. Like she does it. She breathes her career. But I don't know, just anyone who you can tell when an artist loves what they do. And if you see that very clearly, it's automatically an inspiration for me.
Awesome. GP asks, who inspired you to sing?
Hi, Julian. Inspired me to sing. Honestly, wow. My grade 6 music teacher, I had never really thought about it. Her name was Miss Angela Sante. And I remember it was the first day of music class in grade 6. She was the new teacher for the school. And she came in and I remember everyone was like not really about it because they're like, who's this new girl? But then Oh Canada played on the PA and she started singing. And it was just, I don't know about the other students in my class, but me, I was like, this woman, she can sing. She has confidence. She doesn't care what other people think. So like, I think she was like one of the first people who said like, you can open your mouth and sing in front of anyone you want. And she just did it in front of a class of hormonal 12-year-olds. And it just, I don't know, when she did that, it just clicked. So I used to go to her for like help with rhymes and help with piano and like, yeah, so I'm still in touch with her today, which is really nice as well. Yeah, she's definitely a huge inspiration for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that was a great question.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know what? I don't know. I was thinking about talking. We did talk about bringing this up, but I
There's
kind of
more
wanted to talk.
questions, though.
Oh, there are? Okay. Al's asking, what is your favorite genre to sing / write or perform? And she also says, I love you, big sis, proud of you. But what is your favorite genre to write or perform in? Oh, and GP just donated $2.99 through Super Chat. Shout out to you, GP. Thanks a lot.
Julian. Love you, cuz.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's my younger cousin.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a great kid. He actually helped record one music video that I would actually want to redo looking back at it, but he's one of my go-tos for like videography. So shout out to you. Answer the question, favorite genre sing and perform and write. My favorite genre to write nowadays is more indie pop. So like what Boys Hurt 2 was. Like a lot of my songs I have in my drafts, like one of them is very upbeat and catchy, and I've been writing a lot more of that because it's more fun and it reminds me like of the good place I am mentally now. It's like I'm writing upbeat things now. It's a good time. Performing though is the complete opposite. So I usually perform more mellow songs like Adele or I can't think of any artists right now. I don't even know why, but yeah. So I like performing mellow songs because like it's easier. I'm able to catch my breath on stage. I remember, it's actually funny, in grade 9 I performed for a karaoke session at my school. I performed X's and O's by Elle King, and it was like one of my first upbeat songs I performed, and it was weird. Like I didn't know how to breathe properly in singing. So tonight during my performance, I'm actually going to sing that song again as a little redemption. So I'll be able to look back at both. But yeah, I like to write upbeat songs. I like to sing mellow songs, which is kind of interesting.
So
Cool.
like Alicia Keys type moody type.
That's perfect, actually. I like that.
Sweet.
Nice.
And also GP just donated another $3.99 Super Chat. So
Wow.
wow, GP, thank you. Very generous. Appreciate it. And yeah, also again, everybody, you can see Alona perform tonight in the city of Toronto at Revival on College Street. So
You do need to get tickets though, so hit me up if you don't have them.
there you go.
There you go. So
That's
you're
awesome.
performing live tonight. Have you been performing throughout the pandemic, or is this one of your first shows post?
Throughout the pandemic, this is one of my first shows. I haven't like performed live in 2 years, but I've performed live throughout high school at like some bars or talent shows. And my high school actually found out I wrote music, so I went to a Catholic school. So the teacher who taught Catholicness, I don't know,
Religion.
Yeah, thank you.
You know.
It's
That didn't
okay.
happen.
Catholicness, the same thing. Same thing. Same thing.
So she found out I'd written music. So every single month or every few months for Mass or like Easter or whatever, she's like, "Can you write a new like song for the Mass in front of the school?" And I'm like, okay. So like I'd have these little assignments every month, and I'd be like, here's another one. So like we'd have to carry the piano out, and then it was really nice. It was good practice, definitely. But it's nice to perform outside of an assignment area.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely one of my first performances in a while that's live. And it's actually going to be recorded on professionally to YouTube, so I'll be posting it later as well.
Perfect.
Awesome. Oh, and MSA asks, actually, this is a good one where we can start to wrap up because it's kind of a question asking about what's next. He says, when are we going to hear new songs from you? Your songs sound amazing. I'm sure you'll go far. Love your music. So yeah, what's next for you? Is new music on the horizon? Are you working on stuff? What's the plan?
Oh, well, thank you, Mauricio. The plan right now is get enough money to record these next 3 songs. I do have them ready to go. One is called Occasional Conversations. I've had that ready for about a year now. Letters is another one. And I think I wrote one recently. I have no melody for it. I just have lyrics, but it's called Promises, Promises. So I'm hoping that is also done. But hopefully this summer I'll have more music out as I get towards the recordings and the television segment. So hopefully this summer I have more music. I'm craving to release it, as some people are craving to listen. So
Awesome.
Beautiful. There you go. I mean, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I was going to bring up the Will Smith slap at the Oscars. I thought we would talk about it, but it doesn't feel like it fits into the conversation.
Maybe next week, Scott.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say about it is, because it kind of fits with Boys Hurt too, is that I think it's very clear to me that Will Smith is hurting. And I really believe that. Like, I think that reaction to me was not a normal like reaction to have to what happened. It felt a lot like there was so much bubbling underneath the surface. That joke he made just happened to be like that last straw that broke the camel's back or whatever. So it felt like he was already a pressure cooker. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I kind of feel sorry for him, honestly. I mean, it's awful what he did, and it was wrong. But I feel like I don't think he's, happy and at peace in his mind, in my opinion.
And on that note, we should send Will Smith that song.
Maybe that's what I need. That's what he needs. Yeah.
Thank you. Guys, DM Will Smith for me, send him a link.
There you go.
Yeah.
So one more time, Alona, where can people find that song and all of your songs sent to Will Smith?
Yep.
It's available on most platforms, Spotify and Apple Music, YouTube. YouTube Music, I think Deezer, Tidal, majority of the first things that come to mind for music platform is you'll find there most likely. And yeah, and same thing with upcoming music. It's going to be distributed everywhere. So anywhere you can search music, you'll find it.
And where can they find you?
Me, you can find on Instagram at AMF Photos. It is my photography account, but I do post music there sometimes. And you can follow me on Spotify. That'd be great. Cool. Just search up Alona Fiandaca. I'll put it in the chats.
Nice. And also links are in the description for your Instagram and YouTube channel as well, everybody. So make sure you subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And so GP donated another $2.99. He wrote, "Do I need to send more stickers, lol?" And then he sent another sticker.
Oh
GP,
my goodness.
thank you very much. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, it was awesome. Alona, so yes, follow Alona, everybody. And Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on my YouTube channel for The Pageant Sit Down, where we go live every other week interviewing beauty queens from all across the world. We are actually live this Wednesday, so make sure you tune in. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at It's Regina Alaina. And I promise I'm normally not this congested, but it's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. You can also follow me to the Galaxy Crown at Mrs. Galaxy Southern Canada 2022 on Instagram and Facebook. Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me right here. where you're
Jeez.
watching this very video. YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. And we do a lot of things on this channel, people. We have the sit down every Sunday where you can hear interviews with artists like Alona. Through the week, I do gaming Monday to Friday. We play Brawlhalla, we play Minecraft, I'm playing Dark Souls right now, and Genshin Impact. We're having a great time. It's good. Also, if you haven't yet, check out my latest song cover. I mentioned it earlier in the show. We Don't Talk About Bruno, the a cappella version. I sing every part. I do all the instruments with my vocals. Check it out on my channel now. We Don't Talk About Bruno. Subscribe if you're new. We have a good time here on the channel. So yeah, youtube.com. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. Find me on TikTok at Scott Dion Brown Official. But YouTube is the best place. Hit like, hit subscribe. And if you're enjoying this episode, make sure you hit like. Oh, MSAS, Elden Ring. I think I might do Elden Ring next. I got to finish Dark Souls first. And then maybe Elden Ring playthrough in the future. We'll have to see there, MSA. We'll have to see. But guys,
You're
everybody,
have
make
to
sure
follow Scott to find out if he plays it.
Subscribe to Regine. Links to her channel are in the description as well. You'll watch her interview this Wednesday on the Pageant Sit Down. Subscribe to Alona, who is over here on the screen. Make sure you subscribe to her on YouTube. Follow her on all of these socials. And get tickets to the show tonight at Revival. Live music is back.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your video. I can't leave the house right now, but I can't wait to see your video. So ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to her.
Subscribe. Alona, any final thoughts, final words, anything you want to say before we say goodbye?
Well, thank you for having me on the segment. Those who came to watch and ask questions, thank you. I recognize a lot of you. And yeah, this was very fun. I hope to do it again, hopefully in studio one day.
Yes.
Yes.
It's great meeting you guys. You guys are great.
Nice to meet you too. Wait, how did you find the pageant the sit down? How did you meet Scott?
I saw it because I'm terrible with names right now. The other girl who was on your segment last week,
Emerald B.
Yes, her. I saw she had posted it on her Instagram, and I messaged her. I'm like, hey, what is this? She's like, oh, it's this. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna reach out. So she was like, cool. So I reached out, and slowly making dreams come true. Like,
Here
this is
we are.
on my bucket list, and it's checked.
Well,
This is your
great.
first interview?
This is my first musical interview slash segment slash live thingy. Yeah.
Well, you hit it out of the park. And yeah, so before the pandemic, we did the show in person. And now that I know that you're Toronto based, when we're doing it in person again, we'd love to have you in person in the studio. If you want, you can even perform live in studio because we have a full setup there for that. So we'll make that happen, people, sometime in the future. I don't know when. Whenever COVID decides to leave us alone.
Whenever Scott buys a new computer.
I do have to upgrade the computer as well. There's a bunch of stuff, we'll get there. We'll get there. MSA, I saw that you subscribed. Appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody hit like on this video right now. Boop. There you go. And we'll see you all next time. Alona, thanks again for being here.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you. Bye.
Bye.